I think we see Nussmeier a little bit different.
Mhm.
I want to
He's
like
after my own
Nussmeier
heart, so
because
it's going to be a guy that I'm like he's after my own heart. I'll explain
yeah,
in a minute, but yeah,
I love quarterbacks who are creative in structure and want to
Yep.
throw from structure and like have really good pocket movement and the arm angle. Like CJ Stroud is my favorite, like
Yeah.
my trophy quarterback, and so like
Yep.
I love quarterbacks who want to win like him. And he can do a lot of really fun off-platform stuff. I think I've noticed a little bit the ball velocity tends to take a dip when he's trying to be a little off-platform.
Yep.
And then that second half of the Texas A&M game, I think was a symptom of something larger where like I've said it twice, like proactive versus reactive eyes. Like proactive, I think he's really good at understanding what he's seeing pre-snap. Texas State started throwing, or not Texas State, Texas A&M kind of threw the kitchen sink at him there with like sim pressure, rotating out safeties out of the like from the front, and he kind of crumbled in the second half of that Texas A&M game, trying to figure out what they were throwing at him. Obviously, but again, like we're talking about with Sellers, not Arch because it's technically his first year, but like Sellers, some of the other guys, younger guys will hit here later on. He was a first year starter. At the end of the day, even though he was a junior, a redshirt junior, maybe even, he was still a first year starter. So some areas for room. Like he's a quarterback I really want to like, but I will say that Baylor game, that bowl game, might have been, even including Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, the entire like every quarterback that just got drafted, might have been my favorite quarterback game of the 2024 season.
Funny, and that's one game I haven't watched with him because I don't really watch bowls, like because all the shit that goes on with this team
the
now.
opt-outs and the
it just depends on the guy. Unless I need to watch Michael Williams finally play like 40 snaps against Florida State, you know, like so I kind of stay away. So that's okay. I'm gonna have to watch that today because that's one game I haven't watched with him. So,
okay.
but what you're saying with I'm with you on Nuss, and also like this is I'll start with a negative. I just mentioned Sellers' age, just about to turn 20. Nuss will be 24 when he's drafted. And if you got to, and how his style to win is, he's a supreme pocket operator, an aggressive one. And again, like you said, this is why I say he's after my own heart. It's like, I wish I could play like this because he has no conscience. Like he just makes a mistake, doesn't matter. Next ball, he's ripping the next one. He just got
arm arrogance out the wazoo.
Yeah. It just, he does not care. He's got like the same mind as like Geno Smith. You know, obviously different players, but that mindset, like, hey, no, this high wire act. Every throw is a high wire act. Every throw is I'm going for an explosive play. But Arch has a little bit of the same tendency as well. But Arch, I think, actually is cleaner already, getting there sometimes. So Nuss to me is like going to maximize what you're drawing up for him, and he can creatively get there. The thing is with two is that he's going to be older. He also traits wise, as far as size and everything, it's kind of average. Like he is listed 6'2", 205. So maybe gets up to 210, 212. That to me is a little scary because yes, he doesn't take a lot of sacks. That's another thing why I really like him. It kind of cropped up as the second half of the year, but it's like, he doesn't take a lot of sacks, but that's in the NFL, big bodies grabbing at you. It's just, it's a thing. Unless you're a freak that runs a 4.4, it's a thing. Like I watched Derek Carr do it for 10 years. Like just get pulled down the pocket. So that is a negative for me on him. But the thing is, these guys that just have brass balls, like I'm just like, I'm going to like it. Like I just love watching his style of play. So I think once his cycle ends, he'll end up almost where like I think he'll drop a little bit for me, but I still like him. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think others will rise above him or maybe, you know, create a tier difference, but I still will end up bullish on him as maybe a late first rounder type. Chad Pennington's the guy that comes to mind when I watch him. But Chad was a little bigger. But that's the guy that doesn't take a lot of sacks, just has balls and just will try stuff, even if his arm isn't elite, and like, or before he hurt his shoulder. But like, that's the guy that kind of reminds me of Garrett Nussmeier.
So you brought up the build, and I wasn't gonna bring it up, but how
it's real though. You have to bring this stuff up. Like these are prospect profiles, so you have to bring it up.
And this is like why it makes me a little less bullish, to be honest. Like body typing, he's kind of a similar body type to like Mac Jones, which is just like a little more fluffy than a guy 6'1", 205 pounds should be. Like, and to me, like, I think that also screams like, well, how much room for body development do you have and things like that? And so that is the reason for me to kind of push the pause button a little bit on Nussmeier too. But again, we've seen some supreme pocket passers really make it who aren't extraordinary athletes. And again, he's got the arm angles, he's got the fun platforms, he's got, and even like I think Chris Hilton being out most of the season hurt his deep ball accuracy. I think you saw a little improvement in his deep ball accuracy when Chris Hilton finally got back on the field too, for LSU. Also, going back to Klubnik, I didn't even mention his wide receivers just briefly here. 2 of his 3 wide receivers that he predominantly threw to were true freshmen last year as well. So like that matters too. Talking about
yes, it does.
Going in now, they're sophomores, and Antonio Williams, I think, is a true junior or redshirt junior now too.
Redshirt junior, he's drafted. So junior in some way.
His wide receivers are growing up too with him, and I think that's a huge deal.
That's a great point.
But yeah, so like Nuss is something I can't completely hit the red button on. To like, I'm out, but I can't completely hit the green button that I'm in either. I just kind of like, I'm kind of floating in the middle there because there's.